right, Jamaal. First of all, congratulations on a great meet.
Thank you.
Tell me how the team did overall. Where did they finish?
Overall, the men finished 4th in the nation, and the women finished 11th in the nation.
So that is fantastic, considering our numbers versus some of the other teams.
Extremely, yes, definitely. A lot of these other teams have, 40, 50 people on their roster. We brought 10 men and 8 women.
So that is a lot to be proud of.
Great job from everyone on the team.
Wonderful. All right, well, let's run down the results of the 3 days, how we did in each of the events that we had competitors in.
Okay.
Starting on Thursday with...
Thursday started off with a bang. Our 4x8 men, did their thing. I know you talked to them a little earlier. They finished first, actually had a personal record, and they just set the tone. All year we've been dealing with a lot of hurdles with weather and some miscommunication and that type of thing, trying to get to different places and compete in different events. But the guys stuck with it all season, dealt with any hurdles that came in way, and started off on Thursday. We started off with a bang with our 4x8 men's team coming first place.
We also had a finish in the triple jump that day, correct?
Yes, Denzel Washington has finished second in the triple jump as well. Did a great job. Had a little foot injury during the time, but he fought it and stuck it through, and he came out second place, which is a great job.
All right, then we moved to Thursday. Those were the only 2 finals on. We moved to Friday.
Well, Thursday as well, we had JD in the steeplechase.
Oh, that's right.
He finished 7th in nation in steeplechase, and that was the first time he'd ever done it. So he has a little experience with hurdles, but with the steeple it's a little different. But he stuck it out. He ran as hard as he can, and he came up in 7th place, which I told him was a great job, and a good job stepping up to help us out with team points.
That's right. That scored points for you.
Yes.
All right. Now moving to Friday. Friday was mostly trials, which we did very well in. But we did have a couple of finals. We had a final in the men's long jump.
Yes. Denzel as well finished 4th overall. Still fighting that injury, but he did a great job fighting it through. Another person, the competitor, kind of edged out in the last jump, so Denzel was pretty upset. But I told him again, 4th out of the nation is a great job, on top of dealing with an injury. So I told the guys, especially Denzel with his jumps, I'm proud of him, and he did a great job.
All right, then we also had a final in the women's discus.
Yes. Kiana came in second, floated with 3rd a little bit with discus and the women's shot put. Discus, sorry. And she did a great job too. It was tough kind of running back and forth because it was like a 5-minute walk across campus, but we try to support her as much as we can. And when we got over there, she did her best. She came out second.
All right, then we moved to today, which was finals, one final after another. It was kind of crazy trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, today was a busy day. And I tip my hat to every student athlete that we have on the roster. They stayed focused from the time we got up and got on the bus at 8:30 this morning, and they fought it all the way through, dealing with injuries, just trying to stay focused mentally, because that's a tough thing, trying to run hard in one event and come back an hour later and run another event hard. So, again, today was a crucial day with mental toughness and just trying to stay healthy, which everybody, came out okay. And, we kind of did our thing. We ended up having 19 award winners today.
Wow, let's run down kind of quickly if we can. I believe the first was the 200 men's sprint.
Okay. Just trying to look at some notes on my phone. Neiman Thompson came in 5th in the 200-meter dash in the nation. So, he was a little fatigued from his 400 run, but, he came out and, with the tailwind and, that type of thing. It was a struggle, but, he came out in 5th.
400-meter relay for women?
The 4x1 is something that, we were struggling with earlier in the year because of injury, because of a late addition to the team. So a lot of track meets that we had early in the year, we try to wing it, use the meets as extra practice. But they finally got it together. Today they came out, exchanges went well, they ran their hardest and they performed well, and they end up finishing, what's that, 5th? 5th.
Which is fantastic.
It's great.
Then the men's 4x1.
The men 4x1, kind of the same thing. Denzel was trying to cater to his injury all season, but he came out strong. He got a good exchange. to Saeed, and Saeed ran his zone and gave it to CJ, and Neiman finished up. The guys wasn't pleased with their outcome, but again, they made it here. They did their best, and they came out fourth.
All right. Then we had the 1500-meter men's.
1500-meter men. Tom McIntyre, that was one of his goals, was to come out and compete his best in the 1500, along with two other guys that we had on our team, with Charles Acevedo and Vidal Green. Tom came out strong, set a good tone for everybody, and then when we came down the backstretch, got a little fatigued, which is acceptable because the long days, and he was in a multiple of events. But finished strong, actually came out with another personal record himself, and came out second.
Wonderful. Okay, then we had the women's 400-meter dash.
400-meter dash, we had two competitors in that, with Ziona and Zahara. Both did extremely well, fought to the end, and again, one dealing with a little injury, so it was kind of tough, just trying to put more pounding on that knee, and the other one just for multiple events that she qualified in. So it was a tough day, but the ladies did their best, and they came out. I think it was, with the 400, it was 5th and 7th.
Ziona was 5th, and
Zahara was 7th.
Then we had the men's 400-meter dash.
Men's 400-meter dash. We had Neiman Thompson in that as well, and Saeed. Both ran extremely well. Everybody wants to come out number one, but I told them guys, yeah, hey, you did your best, and it showed, because Neiman came in second and Saeed came in fourth. And I told them, you guys did a great job running it. The time definitely showed, and with a lot of the competitors that we had this year, this meet actually was pretty fast compared to previous years. So I told those guys, even though you didn't come out number one, you're still number one on the Raptors. So great job to those two guys.
Okay, then we had the women's 100-meter final.
Yes, Kelsia made it in the finals for the 100-meter dash. Again, she actually had a personal record. She broke the 13-second mark. She ran 12:97. Did her best, came out in 8th, but she was extremely happy because, again, she improved every meet this year. And I told her I was proud of her, and I appreciate all her efforts this year, and she came out in 8th place.
Then we had a tough one, the 800 men's 800-meter run for men. Yeah,
the 800-meter run was a tough one for many reasons. One, because we've had 5 men actually qualify in the 800-meter run, of which we can only compete 3. So that was a tough decision that we had to make with the coaching staff, and utilize the best 3, try to get some other guys to get in some other events. But the guys did well. Thomas again, McIntyre came out. He ran extremely well. Came in second. It was a little disappointing. He almost made it first, but I told him again, I'm proud of him, and he did a great job coming in second place. And then Charles and Vidal did their best as well.
Well, and Tom only had less than an hour to recover from his 1500.
Yeah, which is extremely hard to do.
Yeah, so that is really, really difficult. Then we had the women's 200 final.
Yes, the women's 200 final. We had 2 competitors in that as well, with Ziona and Kelsia. Both ran extremely well. I'm not quite certain with the marks. Let me look at my notes real quick. Kelsia came in 7th place, and Ziona actually didn't finish to place for the finals. So Kelsia came in 7th place in the finals. Both competed in the semis from the preliminary. So I told the ladies, great job, good effort. And even though they didn't finish the way they wanted to, everybody was still supportive, which was my biggest thing. Staying together, being supportive with each other, because even that little MC chant can help us get across that finish line.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that when we get to the 1600 men.
Yeah,
I think it played a part.
Definitely.
Then the men's 200 final.
Men's 200 final, Neiman Thompson. Again, that was one of his events that he wanted so bad. Came in second. What I told him is still a great accomplishment. He looked great. His time was great. And he just performed his best. Again, going against that wind, coming off a bad lane that we had, and just trying to finish as best he could. So I told him, good job.
And then finally, the last two relays, the women's 4x4.
Yes, women's 4x4 did a great job because two ladies of that team had some leg injuries, so ended up in fourth. Did a great job pacing, did a great job, maintaining, and did a good job finishing. And I told the girls, good job. Definitely, this is an accomplishment that not everybody can get. The ladies actually fought through it. They didn't really want to do it, but I asked them to do it, and they stuck with it. And they did a good job coming in fourth place.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. And then finally, we started the meet with a national champion, and we ended the meet with the national champion.
Yes.
The men's 4x4.
Men's 4x4, the main event. The guys took it upon themselves to say, hey, lights come on, it's time to put in work. We've been working with this 4x4 team all year long, from the summertime, running indoor events and running, some unattached stuff in the summertime. And the guys, it really created a brotherhood for those guys. And they competed so well with such a purpose. I applauded the guys and I told them, great job. Even more than just first place. I told the guys it started from, being leaders from study hall, being leaders from, workout sessions, and, just being those four guys were just the voice of our team. And when they came out and competed today, you can hear it in the stands. You can hear MC, you can hear individuals' names being called, and they felt it. And you can tell by the way they ran. They did a great job.
I actually felt that chant really pushed Neiman.
Yes.
Because when Neiman took the baton,
he was in second.
He was in second place.
He was in second place. And even before that, our third leg, he was actually in third place. So when he passed the guy on the backstretch, I told him that's the way you do it. And so forth and so on, from Tom to CJ being first. I think the guys always do a great job, but today was special. Today was very special. And when Neiman got that baton and he did his last 200, you can feel it. I mean, everybody in the stands felt it, even teams that had nothing to do with us. I heard PG cheering for us, and I heard, some other teams rooting for us. But, it was a fight to the finish, but Neiman pulled it off, and I told him it was from hard work. It didn't show early in the season when you didn't want to do certain workouts, but it showed definitely today, and the guys were all smiling. So I'm proud of them.
Well, congratulations to you and to
Thank
Tom
you.
Payne, your assistant.
Definitely.
Kevin Mattingly, your assistant. Great job by you guys bringing up this little band of athletes up here and really making some noise.